Hello, improvers. I hope you're doing well out there today. Hey, I want to talk to you about something because I've been having lots of conversations and I'm noticing a pattern out there among a lot of you, and I'm wondering if it may apply to you as well. And so here's what's going on. I've been having these conversations with people about their 2023 and beyond goals. They're beginning to think about what they want to accomplish next year and what they hope changes, and as improvers, what's going to improve and get better, right? And so these conversations have been wonderful and fantastic, and I work with some of the best people out there in our coaching practice. But one thing I'm noticing that's a recurring theme is that a lot of people have very vague ideas about what they hope to be better in their life. Like they want generally to be healthy, or generally to be more financially sound, or as a feeling they would like things to just be better, but they don't really have anything specific they can put their finger on. And so it's really hard to wrap your arms around something that's so vague and so big and ambiguous. And so we've been having these conversations, and we've been walking through some exercises with them, and I wanted to share a little bit of this with you in case it's some help to you. Because as long as your hopes in life are so big and just so gray and there's no color to them, it's going to be hard for you to walk in them because you're going to get discouraged and distracted along the way. What you got to do is you got to clarify your vision. You got to get more specific around what it is that you hope to accomplish and create pictures with that. Then once you get those pictures created and the ideas more crystallized, then you attach goals to that picture, and then you can reverse engineer those goals into small steps, these baby steps, to help you accomplish that. So I was reminded of a story, and it was in Bob Goff's book, Dream Big. And Bob talks about how, he knew one day that he wanted to be married, and, that was an ambition that he had in life. But it was just this vague ambition of one day, I hope this happens. And then at a specific event, he saw a girl, and his eyes met hers, and all of a sudden that general ambition, that vague idea, became more crystal clear. And Bob began to take actions that he maybe wouldn't have taken. He got out of his comfort zone. He took risk. He had action that he said, I'm going to make these decisions, and I'm going to do things, and I'm going to see if I can bring this vision to reality. And he persisted through that, and he persevered, and he pushed towards that desired future. Well, see, I think that's kind of what's going on with some of you out there. I think that some areas of your life that generally you want to be better. Like he generally wanted to get married one day, and you know that too. Hey, I hope that this happens in my life. But you haven't wrapped your mind around a vision yet. And you don't have to have all the details. He didn't have all the details of what his life would look like with his now wife. They did end up getting married, and the rest is history, as they say. And so it's been good. He didn't have all the answers, and that's not what I'm saying you need to do as well. I'm not saying you got to fill in every single blank. But what I'm saying is you got to get out of this okay, I know I want to travel somewhere in the world, to say, hey, I'm going to go north. I don't necessarily know which route north I'm going to take, but I'm going to go north, and here is the type of place that I want to see. I know I want to get beyond the flat swamps of Louisiana, but I may not necessarily want to go all the way to Canada. But so we're just narrowing it down a little bit. We're getting a little bit clearer on that. And the clearer you get on your vision, the better. Now, once you get that vision, you got to find some way of putting that forward that you're not going to forget about it. So you got to write it down or put it in a picture form. We're actually getting ready here at the Improver Group to host a vision workshop. And one of our activities is going to be a vision board. Now, I don't know if you've ever done a vision board. There's lots of different ideas about this. I'll tell you, I'm not one of these people who thinks that vision boards are like manifestations. I'm not trying to offend anybody who does. That's just not me. I believe it's more than a name it and claim it kind of thing. But I do think vision boards have some value. And the value isn't that if you just put it out there and hope for it enough and believe it enough, it just comes to fruition. That's just not where I'm coming from on that. Where I am coming from, though, is that visual cues and reminders help us to stay on track. They help us to keep our focus on what it is that we're actually reaching for. It reminds us of our why. I can remember as a kid in school, our coach, we were pushing to go to state championship, and that was going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana, and our coach put on the chalkboard, Gumbo 97. That was our thing that year. And, it was just something about attaching a word to it, and then the visualization of the gumbo. We wanted to go down to New Orleans, Louisiana, and have some gumbo and enjoy this winning the state championship. That was our drive that year. And that's kind of what we're talking about here, putting some words and some pictures to the things that we hope to accomplish, not because by doing that it automatically makes them happen, but because by doing that it inspires us, it reminds us, it encourages us. There's some days I wake up and I feel like a stud. I'm like, you know what? Today is a good day. I've got all the internal motivations working for me. I'm doing things with noble purpose, and I'm doing them because you're supposed to, and you should, and it just feels great to do it. Then there's other days I wake up feeling like a dud. I'm telling you, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And I'm so discouraged, and I need that external motivation. And sometimes that comes by way of a book or an encouraging word from a friend. And some days it comes by way of me looking at a vision board or a mission statement or my goals and reminding myself of my why. And see, by doing that, it keeps me on track and it keeps me inspired. But that's still not enough. To have your general vision, your hopes and ambitions to be narrowed down to a more specific picture and to get more clarity, that does help and it gets you a long way there, but it's not all the way there. Because once you get that, you have to attach some specific goals to that vision so that you have some milestones, some flags that you can plant along the way and be able to measure your progress. Otherwise, you lose sight of it. Because visions that are worth fighting for and working hard for and stretching and trying and getting out of your comfort zone, they're going to have ups and downs, and it takes time. And so if you don't have measurable goals along the way, you're going to lose sight of that. So you have to get specific goals that are measurable, that are time-bound, that people can hold you to account on, that are specific enough that you know if you're winning or losing. So you got to get really good at those goals. Then once you get those goals, you have to reverse engineer those into your daily steps or your baby steps, just that you can take it a step at a time. And that's where your vision begins to become reality, because you can take small steps. You can't handle the whole vision today, but you can handle these small steps and take a step at a time towards your desired future. And that is where the magic is. And that's really where I want to encourage you today. Some of you are giving up even on your vague ambitions and hopes. You're kind of thinking that you're never going to have that life that you were thinking that you would have. But I want to encourage you. If you still got breath in your lungs, it's not over yet. And all of you have within you what is necessary to live the life that you were created to live. Each of you has potential that has not yet been fully realized, but it is there. You are able to do this. So I encourage you, discover your purpose. Ask God to help you see His vision for your life. What is it that you were put on this planet to do? What is the life that you are called to live? And as you explore that vision and you start to get clarity around that, begin to put it in a physical form, whether that's typing something on your computer, whether it's doing a physical vision board, writing it down in a notepad, begin to draft out in some way, in some form, a physical representation of that thing that's going on in your mind and your spirit on that. Then, as you get that physical thing, put some measurable goals attached to that and start taking steps towards it. That's what I've been coaching people on all week this week. And we've talked about, well, how do I narrow down this vision? And how do I word my goals? And what are the steps that I really need to take? And you know what? That's a lot of discussions, and those things are contextual. And it's really based on what it is you're trying to accomplish. I'm here to help you with that. We do that at the Improver Network. We do that at the Improver Group and as the Improver Coach. So we're here to help you improve your vision and your goals and help your life to be better. That's our mission. Our mission is to make the world a better place by helping people just like you live better lives, personally and professionally. So reach out to us. Let us know how we can help you. I'm so excited to continue connecting with you. Hopefully you'll email us, comment below. Let us know how we can help. But if I never hear from you, would you please get clarity on your vision and then start taking strides towards bringing that to reality. You guys stay good and keep getting better. Take care.